Beloved, welcome back to my closet. I guess I should take a moment to explain why I haven't been uploading videos for the last couple weeks. I have just recently, as of today, crawled off my bed of affliction. I don't know what it was, some sort of an influenza came through our house and laid Mrs. W and I and the Sweet Loaf very low. And we have, it's been one of the worst things I've ever had to go through. Our whole town's got it. So fortunately, I feel like I'm coming out the other side. Today's video I wanted to share with you was where we've been before we got sick. Mrs. W and I flew down to Las Vegas. Our friends at EcoFlow, we're down at the CES, the big consumer electronics show. The biggest, I think it's the biggest trade show they have down there. It's the one that happens right before SHOT Show. And that was our first time going down there, and we saw incredible things. I can tell you, gentlemen, it is a very exciting and scary time to be alive. I got to operate Komatsu's, or a version of Komatsu's, the biggest mining shovel in the world. I don't know how many tons that thing weighed, but it was remotely piloted. It was incredible. Underwater bulldozers, $1 million cars, just so many different things. Technology, robots, it just blew my mind. I wasn't going to do a tremendous amount of video down there, but I met the good folks that build the 360 cameras, Insta360. And they gave me a camera, and I walked around the CES with this, and I want to share with you some of the things that I found to be very interesting. And you'll notice that the footage will look a little bit different. There's a little bit of a learning curve, but this technology right here, to have a camera that shoots 360 degrees with this level of quality, absolutely blew me away. It's baked my noodle a little bit trying to figure out how to hold it and how to work with it. And then if that wasn't enough, when I got home, how to edit that. How do you work with 360 degrees of view? So it's a little bit rough, and I didn't have an exterior microphone, but I think it gives a little perspective of what you can do. All of this was shot with just either me or Mrs. W just holding this static in all one shot. Pretty phenomenal. So we'll start with my first ever trip, our first ever trip inside a Tesla tunnel.
I want to see you guys get the fancy one.
Which one's the fancy one?
It's got the butterfly doors on it.
Like that one?
Like that one, just like that one. It's so cool looking. You don't touch anything, it opens up, it closes by itself.
No way.
I always try to get that like...
We live out in the country, so this world is really weird.
Okay. Sorry, we got but it's going to take, but we got to go. Give me just a moment.
Okay.
Oh. Well, this is my first time in a Tesla tunnel.
Yeah. What's this all about?
Okay, so I guess the guy's not coming in.
Why was this made? Do you know?
Oh, this is just for the expansion of the city. It's gonna become a bigger thing.
And only Teslas?
Yes, only Teslas. Can't have gas cars in here.
Of course.
What about other electric vehicles?
No, this is Elon Musk company. It's not gonna happen.
Wow, this is...
would work in here though.
Was this tunnel built by the Boring Company?
Yes.
Okay.
This is insane.
It is very crazy. What do you think of that?
Really cool.
It is. You look good in that, yes? How about the McLaren? Which one do you prefer? Beautiful. It's automated. Run flat tires, no air. So program this, we'd never have to mow again. Just does it all by itself. Comes out of its layer, mows. Why not? How come all garden tires aren't like that? Yeah, we do need one of these. A 460 off-road dump truck, that'd be very handy. What do you suppose it costs to put new tires on it?
I don't know, but I do know that I'm 5'6".
Oh my. Big part of the show, there's a lot of autonomous driving. How would you feel about being in a driverless bus?
Terrible.
Terrible?
I like to have too much control.
My goodness. This is something to see. This is a completely automated Komatsu electric dozer. My goodness, that is incredible. Four-in-one bucket? I hope you can get the scale of this thing. It is massive. No driver's cab. It is an exciting time to be alive, is it not? Wow. No cab. Would this mat just sit on the table, or?
They're usually in line of sight with where the excavator is working, and this is an underwater excavator. So this can go down. It's like 23 or 24 feet. So we built this model. We actually have two of them. It's 1/12 scale. So
Swing is on the right.
Swing is on the right. So go ahead and swing it to the right a little bit and get it back into the face here. So now if you let go of the joystick and you let it coast, it will coast.
Soft.
It's 1,000 tons. So to push back, you'd actually counter rotate on it.
Okay. So
Yeah.
So you gotta get the feel. So if you wanted to stop slow.
Right, you do that. That's exactly right. And we're regenerating the electrical power while we're doing that. So we take all that inertia and turn it back into electrical energy.
Regenerate.
Give it back to the power company. Right? So,
So that's up.
So yeah, pull back with your right hand and it's up, and forward is down. So to get it into a tuck, you would push forward with your right hand and back with your left. Left hand is crowd. So that's bringing in your rack and pinion. So to get it into a tuck, just pull back until it stops. It won't hit itself. So pull your left hand back and your right hand all the way forward. And we're not actually letting you get near the ground because my boss paid $30,000 for that. So now you get that nice arc. And you're going to dig into the bank. You're not digging down. That's another difference with it. Whenever you're over our imaginary truck,
When we're dropping from the bottom, it's like one is going to
ahead of us at the side. You need a little bit of
Yeah.
1,000 tons.
Boom.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, thank you for letting me do
Oh,
that.
you're welcome.
This is pretty cool. Looks like it's got vertical takeoff, and then these pusher fans. Looks operational. Doesn't look like a prototype to me. Hybrid fuel tank, fuel cell, maybe. This is Kubota's electric Mini. You wouldn't know it was electric by looking at it. Everything, all the same hydraulics. Not sure what all of that is. What a nice machine. How about we take a walk through the EcoFlow booth here? Our friends have some new products here that I'm kind of excited about. I just went over with my friend Tim. This is their new bi-directional solar panel. This is much, much lighter with a much improved stand. And the stand folds up here. This is something that's really nice. You see, now you can get solar from both sides. From what I understand, I could have this wrong, but I think it, you can see the shadow through here. So this new bi-directional, the sunlight that goes through there that reflects back off the ground or off the bottom, you get a little bit extra. So that's kind of nice. That's a backup generator. I haven't seen that before. What's cool about these EcoFlow backup generators is they have electric start. Dual fuel, I believe propane or gas, electric start and manual. But what's cool about these is they integrate into that smart panel. So on the cabin, for example, you could install this and it will turn on automatically. If your battery runs down, for example, Now this thing's going to start even if you're not there. And having the electric start is nice. I think this is 4,000K. Don't quote me on that. The Delta Pro, this is the new accessory battery. It's half the size. Remember the first Deltas? The extra battery was the same size as the main unit. It's the same battery, so you double the capacity, but rather than having all the electronics in it, it's half the size. This is the River 3 Plus. This is got wireless charging, so you can just put your phone on the back. I know a lot of you, like myself, I use this. This is what I take when we go out of town, just to have a little extra power to recharge things. But now you can put your phone on here and charge it and take that with you. So it's a built-in power bank that's always charged. So that's MagSafe. If you're an Apple guy, that will click on there and always be charged. So that's kind of cool. Or you can just lay it on there and charge it just by, just wirelessly. No more clunky cable. Now these pins interface, and then these close up, so if you sit that down on the ground or the snow, you're not going to fill those up with mud or whatever. So that's a pretty nice innovation right there. And you double the power of your river. This is new as well. So this is kind of designed for the overland crowd. So this is going to be, kind of comparable to the Dometic, but it's got an ice maker. How do I open this yet? Check this out. Can you imagine making ice on the field? Little ice bullets, so that must freeze around those. So similar to a Dometic, freezer, refrigerator, but you can pull that out. So this is going to be really something that's nice if you have an overlander or you're building a van, to have all that space. Very, very cool. Very similar to a Dometic, but with the ice maker on it. These are the new fold-up solar panels. So that's a really good form factor. So that's the same size as a laptop sleeve. So you could basically take those folded up. So if whatever you have where you carry your laptop, your briefcase, backpack, that's gonna fit right in there, and you'll have your charging plug on there. And that's really nice. So the solar panels, these new bi-directionals and being so light and so much thinner, these are really nice. I'm gonna take a look at those, and I might actually use those for the cabin this spring. I'm not sure how I feel about this. It is innovative. A solar panel hat. We got USB-A, USB-C. What do you think? Could I pull it off? Would you think I was weird if I went out into public with this? Might be an improvement on some of the hats that I have. And we got power banks, small power banks. This is new as well. So these are going to be competing with Anchor. Boy, I live and die by these things. You cannot have enough of them. Mrs. W is going to show the new bi-directional solar panel. This is really cool. If you look, you can see through them. And how I understand, look how light that is. What's that weigh? A couple pounds?
Yeah.
Much better stand, so you could run it. Yeah, that's way, way better. It's so light. Like, look at this. Basically one hand. It weighs nothing. Bi-directional, so it gets power from both sides. From what I understand, sun goes through it, and whatever reflects off the back, you pick up additionally. So I would imagine in the snow, that's going to be really good, because you're going to have all that bright reflection on there. But this is a really nice product. This is probably what I would want to use for the cabin. I think that would be ideal. Get about 6 of these panels, and that would be a really nice system. So light. That's really cool and a really good base. I'm very stoked about that. Well, gentlemen, that's all I have to share with you. And what I shared with you wasn't 1% of what I saw. That CES show is immense. I want to give a special shout out to our friends at EcoFlow for flying us down there and getting us into the show. They took us out to a nice dinner. We got to meet several of our fellow content creators, and that was something we really enjoyed. And it was really a good experience. We got to talking, Mrs. W and I, on the plane, and we realized that it's been nearly 30 years since I have been to Las Vegas. The last time I was in Las Vegas, the slot machines were still dropping coins, and they don't do that anymore. Did I gamble? No, it's not my thing. I won and lost money one time, the first time I was there, and I never got over it. So it's just not in me. It's not my thing. I don't judge, but we all have our vices, do we not? And gambling has just never been one of mine. But I really enjoyed, we got to see a good show, and the food was wonderful, the people were friendly, and we just had overall a really, really nice time. So thank you for watching. May God bless you and your families. Please keep us in your prayers. I will be back on my feet here, Lord willing, in the next 24, 48 hours, 72 hours, and back to our normal content. And I appreciate your patience and your time. May God bless you and your families. Keep us in your prayers, and we'll see you guys on the next video.